So let's transition to another topic. So the NBA draft is almost coming, and I know you want to talk about this a lot. And it's still obviously the biggest rumor is not in the number one pick. It's usually the number one projected, first pick, but now it's Bronny.
It's actually the Draymond Green say that this is the worst NBA draft of recent history, and I was like,
why?
Why? Because he said that because there is no legit number one pick.
Prospect.
Because
like a prospect, eh?
Yeah, prospect number one pick. Like WNBA, like Anthony Edwards, like LeBron, like like a guy they
Embiid.
know. Like you, whether they are out or playing, there will be no discussion that the number one pick, right? And then he said like even the rest, the people behind them, some of them are just testing the waters and seeing how they, it's not like they are what we expect them to be, but who knows, things can happen out of any draft, and we might be talking about we don't have any prospects, blah blah blah, but they might be a good one.
I mean, I think I'm hearing rumors of some other French guy who's a prospect as well, but the only prospects who everyone knew was gonna be number one, LeBron, Wemby, and Tim Duncan, and obviously
and Anthony Edwards.
Edwards as well, but they've been great number one picks over the years. Ben Simmons dropped massively. He had a lot of hype as well. This guy who was last year, Paulo Banchero, very good number one pick. In fact, he's an all-star now. Been a couple of great picks these days.
By the way, people, let me just throw this out there. I think in the coming years, Paulo Banchero is gonna be killing lots of people.
Yeah, he's good. The guy can both. He can both. He's not in a good. He's just not in a good team. He needs to come to Lakers because he
doesn't need to come to Lakers to just be sent to Cancun before the conference finals, bro.
He can go though. He can go, but they're being good now picks. But obviously now the story of the draft is people are mock drafting, obviously analysts, pundits, media outlets, and they're obviously mock drafting. Let me not say LeBron's kid. I don't want to be arrested. Bronny James, and he's the projected 54th pick. The Lakers are likely to select him at the draft. At the combine, we saw Rob Pelinka and LeBron sitting there. So why would Rob Pelinka sit there in the combine? So projected the Lakers may sign him.
He's recruiting. He's recruiting.
Yeah. And the Dallas Mavs also, there are rumors the Dallas Mavs want to sign Bronny, so they can attract LeBron, so they can have a big three. But it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting because the deadline, I think, is the end of this month to either commit to the draft or to continue with college. Or with the draft rather, because he has the college stuff obviously, and he's still a freshman. But it will be interesting to see Bronny. I hope he has a good career because he has too much pressure on him, and yet he's not the first NBA player to be playing. The first son and the big player who coach, and he's not the last, the last son to be playing in the NBA. But he has too much pressure. But he'll get through it. It's just the start of the pressure that happens.
But it's because we've never seen a Michael Jordan son trying to enter the NBA. But we are talking about LeBron James. Come on, man. It's just like the Melo kid, right? Or the O'Neal sons. Like it's always tough. But with LeBron, with his legacy and the thing he's accomplished, it just comes with a lot of baggage. And also with people talk about, like, I think also his father threw him in the fire when he said he wants actually to play with him, because now that triggers business more than what we want to be watching, which is his growth. But business also now becomes involved, blah blah blah. So it's tough for him. He's just a young kid who is trying to live his dream.
Before I transition to another topic, I just want to highlight Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are down 0-5. They have not won any single game, and there's a lot of talk about WNBA players. The women, they're criticizing Caitlin Clark and saying she can't manage the league and everything. Even Chuck came out, I think 2 days ago. He was like, leave the girl to ball, don't put her under pressure. Other people, like Stevie Nair, were like, she's gonna be fine. the Indiana Fever, they've had the last 2 games were tight, the other 3 games were blown out, but it still feels like they are not quite the team that everyone expects, especially with the first 2 number 1 picks, round 1 number 1 picks. They're struggling. They're 0-5, and yet Chicago Sky won today. They're 2-2. They're 2-4. You know, which is weird. Why would they say 2-4? Wait, rather, they have won 2 or 4 games, so they're 2-. Actually, wait, they're 2-2. They're 2-2. They're 2-2. It's a weird thing. I don't understand it. 2-2. Bro.
Yes, they're 2 because they won 2 of the 4.
It actually means you win 2 of the 4. Yeah, It's a weird thing, but yeah, Indiana is 0-5 or 0-5, and it looks like they're struggling, but hopefully they're fine. Especially because she's going. I mean, getting back is box office is led to. I think there's what I saw private charter flights because they don't want them to use public flights anymore and public airports. So she's now introduced the idea of charter flights. So she's helping the league. Yet they're criticizing her.
Technically, it's not like she introduced. Yeah, she is the first who came in and they started that, right?
Yeah.
But that tells you already the impact she's having, you know, and soon we'll be talking. Like even like her struggles, like people are talking about it. It's a narrative that is being sent out there. So the moment she clinches the victory and shutters down everybody who has been talking down hard and saying that she can't do it, now that will rise up and, you know, media will grow, and then, you know, contracts with the WNBA will start, and then all of a sudden salaries are increased. I know we talk about all these salaries, blah, 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 but I think her impact will go just beyond just having the whole, like we already have people who shoot threes, right, in the WNBA, really good. But I think the way she does it is different. There is a little swag to it. There is a little, you know, type of show to it. So I think she'll be fine. Just, you know,
she'll be fine. I don't think she gets fine. Yeah, it's early, but the Fever as a team, they're not doing well. Though. They need help. Also, like she is the first pickup right after Aliyah, right? Boston, so, Aliyah Boston.
Like you now need to think about how are they going to surround her with the pieces that actually fit. You know, it's like literally we are talking about this, and it's like her first 4 games, yeah. Yet we're supposed to be like, okay, who are the people surrounding her? Do they fit her style of play? Because Aliyah Boston, yes, she does, but if she does that pick and roll, she goes into who does she kick it to? Do they shoot good threes? Because if she's a good 3-point shooter, she needs to be surrounded by good shooters. So let's just not get ahead of ourselves and be like, we need to wait and let them rebuild around her, because I don't think that team was built to just go compete right now and start winning. Just like the Wemby, they're like 14 and something. Yeah. So,
but Wemby's team, they'll be better next year.
I mean, they will be next year.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction for the Western Conference standings, all the top 10 teams will be there apart from Warriors. Rather, Warriors will be number 11 and Spurs will be number 10. But every other team will be in the top 10. You get it?
Bro, so, are you crazy? What do you mean Warriors won't be there?
Oh, because Warriors ain't going nowhere. So
do you have any inside Warriors team that they're going to break it up or something?
Warriors, they're old, they can't run, they can't shoot anymore to save their lives. They're going down. I think.
Let me tell you something. We can't do that before the free agent is done. You know, trades and stuff. The moment they are done, now we can start speculating about who is going to. Because I also think that the Wemby team, the Spurs, are going to make a little bit of trades. They have good young players that teams that are rebuilding will be interested in, for veterans that can come and help build an even more better culture
I gotta say we'll pray for them because the San Antonio Spurs are coming, but we'll pray for them. Hopefully it goes well for them.
If Warriors win the championship next year, don't look at my eyes.
This man is dreaming. Wake him up, please, wake him up. Okay, man, he must be dreaming. Anyways,